By partial shipments, I'm referring to you're ordering 100 widgets on a certain date, and all you get from the supplier is 25 widgets, and the other 75 are late. Now, that's usually a problem. It's a big problem. And you can look at it from two perspectives. You can look at it from the point of view of the customer and from the supplier. Let's do both. For the customer, what can you do in that instance? Well, one thing you should avoid doing is making changes to your requirements. Because after all, the order quantities and due dates that you specified are what you really need, right? And that's what you send to the supplier. So you wish for them to abide by them. If you make changes, you're just going to create some turmoil, and you're really engaging in a game theory. If you try and bump up your quantities or move in your lead times so that you'll get the right amount at the right time, you're playing games, and you can really disrupt and overwhelm a supplier like that. So it's really usually best to keep your requirements to the supplier stable and real, and make sure that they abide by it in their system. Now, let's talk about the supplier. If the customer is doing that with you, then they're not making changes, and anything that's late is going to take on the heightened priority, and it's going to be a hot order. If the customer is changing requirements on you, you as a supplier want to discourage that, and there are ways of doing that. I've made videos about it before. But you have a situation where the customer doesn't trust you. And if they engage in game theory, then you've got a problem, because then it's going to overload your system. So the way to get out of that is to do some things on the front end of managing customer demand. There are things that you can damp out oscillations from the customer. But more importantly, there are things that you can do in planning, scheduling, and execution, both on the shop floor as well as your procurement supply chain, to make sure that you execute on time and that you don't engage on accepting orders that you can't fulfill in the first place.